y'all, it's your girl Pharmacy. I am sitting in the tiny, the security office, having a little bite to eat, eating some yogurt. I have some grapes here. I had some cherries, but I let them get too old, so I'm gonna put those in compost and have me some delicious water. I find that I really prefer my well water to bottled water. But anywho, wanted to do a little sit down video. These seem to be the most well received. Anyway, take my hat off, y'all. All right. Take your hat off inside. It's just what I was taught. I don't know why that makes any difference, but that was my grandma's thing. I don't think you had to do it if you were a lady, though. I think if you were a lady, you keep your hat on if it was like part of your outfit. I don't know. Anyway, I took the daggone thing off. Let my head breathe a little bit. If you hear some noise in the background, it's probably one of my dogs, or I have a fan running as well. So hopefully it won't pick up too much. Anywho, so we are in June, and it's been a very busy month. Very busy month. I had an event, a gathering of my So Green Society folks at Gaia Herbs, headquartered in Brevard, North Carolina, which is up in the mountains, and it was great. I got a lot of footage. I'll definitely be sharing some of that with you. We've got new stuff around at the farm, new implements. I have a new tripod that I am going to be trying out, and I'll be sharing with you what I think about it. It's supposed to move with you as you move around, and it's supposed to be really durable and designed for people who are active and outdoors. Like, this is specifically designed to go outdoors and move with you. So I will definitely be sharing that with y'all if I really like it, and I will be honest about it. I did pay for it, but I do have a code so you can save some coins. I can make a few coins Symbiotic, right? But I won't tell y'all the name until I try it out. And I got the tabletop one. It came with the tabletop one, and it also came with like the outdoor one. So anyway, more on that. I'm working on another event that is going to be end of September, 1st of October. It's actually more extensive and intensive. So more on that. I'll include some information, just a little link or whatever if you want to sign up for more information on that. That one is geared towards farmers that are more established. Dude, get comfortable. Hold on, y'all. Let me show y'all. Look at him. This is all this to him, y'all. This is it. 4 pounds. 4 pounds. The neediest 4 pounds you will ever meet. If he could do this all day, heaven. 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 Oh, yes. All right. Only reason I'm doing all this because he just got groomed. You already know. My dogs don't kiss me in the face even when they're presented with the chance. Every now and then somebody try to sneak a lick. Sneak a lick. They'll try to sneak a lick in, but not for the most part. All right. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Hold on. I'll get you a close-up. Yeah. Yeah, he's that cute. I have 2 others, but they're too big for me to pick up. For sure. Is that? Oh, that's the light. Well, anyway, lots going on. Business is good. Thank you for all who continue to support through your purchases, by purchasing our teas, our steams, our other products, by working with me. If you're a member of my membership club that works with women, femme identifying, who want to build sustainable farming, gardening based businesses, that really focus more on a boutique model, really targeting your niche audience and creating a luxurious experience for them. Thank you. I appreciate your membership, and I love gathering with some of you recently. And for those who work with me with coaching, speaking engagements, etc., those who help to sow seed in us so that we can in turn sow seed back out, thank you. It is most appreciative. And yeah. Now, with that said, this video will be about some of the things that I've learned about farming, even adding to some of the previous videos where I have talked about the things farming has taught me. The more your business grows, the more you engage with other people, the more things you should learn. So here are some of the other things that I have learned about farming. And let me say, okay, some of these things are across the board general, right? However, I am a single Black woman farmer. And not only that, I am a farm owner, a business owner, and a land owner. And I'm just not going to argue with anybody who acts as if the Black woman part of that does not have some type of effect. Okay? Has an effect, creates inherent barriers, whatever. I don't even argue with people about that. If that's where you are, then you can probably not watch this, because there's a chance something might be said that's going to annoy you. If you become annoyed, please understand that I'm not going to allow you to annoy me in, response to that. So, hold on, y'all. Solo drinking. All right. And before I get into it, I know a lot of you have been asking me, especially on IG and TikTok. And if you're not following me on IG and TikTok, please do. TikTok is where I really show out a little bit. I have fun on TikTok and on IG. I have fun, period. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about a tour. I don't know if I want to do one and like broadcast it, or if I'm going to like save that for Patreon. I don't know. So, anywho, I'll keep you updated. Some of the things that farming has taught me. Number one, there is no way to grow in farming without resources. You have to have resources, point blank, period. Farming as a business is very much capitalistic. And even though you work hard to infuse as much consciousness into it as possible, hopefully, ideally, the reality is it is a business, and you are going to have to make economic decisions. And those can be trying sometimes. You may want to be green, but it costs more green to be green, which, although we all know that makes absolutely no sense, that's the system that was designed, and the one that somehow everyone has been convinced to follow. They didn't ask me to the meeting. I would have advised otherwise. But anyway, that's the reality of it. It costs green to be green. It takes green to grow green. And again, I'm speaking more from the business standpoint. You want to start to take on larger customers, clients. You want to get into the hotel. Girl, get your mind right. You want to get into the wholesale space. Well, that may require additional licensure or permits. That may require increased capacity as far as your technology is concerned, as far as your inventory is concerned, as far as your lot numbering system is concerned. You may have to get an EDI system or something to be able to conduct these financial transactions, or for them to send you your their purchase, purchase orders and invoices and all of that communication. And that all requires resources. You're either going to have to upgrade your technology, upgrade staff that is familiar with technology. That's just one example. Maybe you want to have less of a footprint on the planet. And so you want to add solar, or you want to implement some type of water monitoring system. All resources. All resources. It is very much capitalistic. It is very much resource driven. It really is. And resources as they relate to land, energy, expertise, money, information, all of that. And piggybacking on another point that I touched upon, farming is very tech, will I say tech driven or tech centered? I don't know, but it's tech intensive. Definitely. It is definitely very intense in the tech space. Everything is data driven. I wasn't aware of just how much data goes into farming and how much data farmers are expected to produce. Again, focusing on the business side of things. On the business side of things, not only are you thinking about things such as cost of goods and cost for inputs versus what you get as the output and profits and all of those things, business decisions, trying to keep your fixed costs at a reasonable level, trying to control your variable costs, like all of those business things. And then on the production side, on the actual growing side, you're paying attention to things like soil pH and how much of this particular nutrient is present, and all of those things on that side. As far as production, your yield, and making sure you're planting enough per acre that's going to meet your production goals. And so you've got all this data, and you have to be able to encapsulate it. And they have created all of these systems to do so. But a lot of times the systems don't talk to each other. And then going back to the first point of how resource driven everything is, they're not free. And there are organizations, there are entities that are out there helping farmers with some of these things. But typically, they ain't coming for farmers like me. They're looking at farmers that, they can say that we're trying to take this to scale. And scale is a fancy word for somebody who has unfair access and has been able to participate, in the wealth creation activities in agriculture that allow them to have amassed large land holdings. They've amassed wealth, etc. So they make it cost prohibitive, so that they're really limiting access. And that's so sad, and it's so backwards, and it's so counterproductive to a lot of the things that they say they want to happen, especially in the agricultural space. For example, certifications. A lot of certifications are cost prohibitive. I was in conversation recently about the new regenerative organic certification, which we're in the process of going for our certified organic certification from USDA. We are a certified B Corp, first Black farm in the country to be so. And that's not really like, that's not bragging. It's really a testament to just how exclusive a lot of these certifications are, especially when it comes to Black farmers. Because let me tell you, hunty, there's so much, there's just so much that comes with being a Black farmer, just the level of ignorance that exists, and that from the standpoint of those who feel like our value needs to be validated. Like, the idea that this country would expect Black farmers, Black people, to prove themselves in the agricultural realm is just mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. It's spiritual raggedness at its sharpest point. So there's that, and then there's just the systemic barriers that have been created as far as business in general, getting into the supply chain, all of that good stuff, right? And then on the flip side, there's this idea, and I find this often in my own community, that it's difficult for people to understand that farmers are business people. We are entrepreneurs. We are CEOs and presidents of entire operations, because people are so comfortable with thinking of farmers as these poor, struggling, ignorant, unintelligent members of society. And that's absolutely ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Most folks ain't smart enough to be a farmer. And when some stuff just don't make sense, it doesn't make sense. But in dealing with that mindset, it can be frustrating at times, because people will try you. They will come and say something that it's just like, really? And there was a point where I would, be quick to let you know my credentials and my this and my that, until I realized that was feeding into that very mindset. I don't have to prove my value to anyone. I don't have to prove my value. What? No, absolutely not. I'm in the room just like you're in the room. So if nothing else, let's just go ahead and assume that there's some similarities there as far as capacity. If I made it to the room that you're in, especially if you have had some privileges and some head starts, and I'm still in the room with you, you want me to question my value as a farmer, as a woman, as a Black person, as a Black woman farmer? I will not. I will not. And that's on the seed will grow if you plant and water it. How they will get as much as they can get from you if they can get it. Your time, your intel, your insight, your information, your connections, anything, your money. If it can be gotten, if it can be extracted, it is extracted. But within the Black community, it can be extractive in the sense of knowledge, like this expectation that when you've learned something and you've invested to, gain a body of knowledge, or you've gone through some experiences and have learned some lessons the hard way, that you should automatically, unequivocally just give it to whoever asks for free, or to most who ask, right? That's ridiculous. Why would you expect me to give it for free? I'm not the one who owes the debt. Like, we have to stop thinking like that. We have to be willing to invest in our people and sow seed, especially in those who you see sowing seed in others. Like, it can't be selfish. It can't be one way. I, in the beginning, allowed myself to get stressed trying to answer every message, every email, every phone call, every person who wanted me to be on the podcast or in the interview, etc. And then I realized that I don't have the capacity to do that. I am still running a business, right? I have a whole business that I'm running over here, and I'm a farmer, so I'm also over here on the production side. And not only that, we've got products. I've got to blend teas. I've got to package products. I've got to make sure orders go out. I've got to do all these various things and demands, not to mention, any familial responsibility, friends, social life, all of that. So I had to prioritize my time and my efforts. And I learned, thankfully through farming, how to give in a way that was not extractive, give in a way that felt good, that felt right, and in a way that really aligned with the impact I want to have in the world, and let the rest of it go. I had to let the rest of it go. And that's in a lot of different areas, not just how I give, but also how I structure pricing. So really getting, excuse me, y'all. Hold on. My yogurt is getting kind of warm, and I don't like warm yogurt. Thank you for your patience. So in the same way, through farming, I learned how not to allow extractive energy to attach itself to me. I apply that the same way in how I take care of the land. My goal is not to be extractive. It is to have a truly symbiotic relationship with the land where we're both benefiting, we're both winning. And I learned that through farming, and I'm grateful indeed for that lesson. So I'm looking at the time. It's already over 20 minutes. I have just been going on and on and on. Hopefully this was helpful. Some of the unconventional things I have learned in farming. I definitely have some other things I want to share with you all, like unexpected cost, how to find opportunities that are outside of the box, especially when it comes to generating revenues and profits for your farm, whole bunch of stuff. So anyway, for more videos, be sure to like and subscribe and let me know if these videos are helpful. Okay, y'all didn't really watch my last video. I understand, but but if you want the content, you got to support the content. So let me know if you have some ideas for future videos. Definitely let me know. I want to hear them down below. Y'all know I love chatting with y'all in the comments. And I appreciate everybody who has watched. And thank you for indulging me in my little snack before I head back out here. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful,